The ball is on the tee, just waiting for the officials to put it into play. And we're ready to go. And here is the kick. The season has begun. The kick is taken by Holbert at the middle of the field, the 15, the 20, moving the pile out near the 30-yard line. That's a nice return of about 22 yards for Kellen Holbert. And that brings the Leo Lions offense onto the field first. They're going to be led by a senior quarterback, Titus Stoller, but he's not the senior they expected to have as their signal caller.
No, the Hascara kid went to Carroll, so new backfield at the quarterback spot for these Lions.
Nathan Foster lines up in the backfield. Leo lines up in all black uniforms on this 80-degree evening. Shotgun formation for Stoller. He lines up on the left hash right at the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Calls out the play. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And spikes the right foot twice. Finally gets a man to go in motion across the formation, and they'll give it to him. And that is going to be Foster Swaney, a 5'10", 160-pound junior who couldn't get around the left edge. And he gets taken down for a loss of about 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Well, Caden Harrison-Smith, the senior cornerback, was in on that tackle, did a great job. 6 foot, 175. So Luers has got a quick defensive front. They like to run their linebackers as guys that has speed.
Ball still on the left hash, 2nd down and 12. Trip receivers come to the right side, which is the near side as Leo goes left to right to start the football game. Single back in the backfield with Stoller. He's in the gun. And there's the snap, and they'll run it to the left. The pitch to Foster. He breaks away from one in the backfield, but struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Good coverage on that pitch play. And it's going to be 3rd down and long. It'll be right back at the 28-yard line, 3rd and 12.
We're already seeing the strength of this Luers defense as they have gone 2 plays with negative yardage and forcing a 3rd and long for Leo. Not what you want on your first drive.
From the left hash, 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left, empty backfield, and a shotgun snap. Drop back for Stoller. He rolls to the right. Now he's going to take off and run. He's across the 30, hit at the 32, taken down at the 33-yard line. Daniel Arnold, the linebacker, came up and popped him for a gain of just 5 yards, and that's going to leave them well short of the first down stick. It's a 3 and out on the first possession for the Leo Lions, and have to punt the football away.
Very good job by the Luers defense, and they are an active bunch, and they ran him down there with a good hit.
Kellen Holbert, senior, is going to do the punting. Last year, Holbert was also the Leo punter. He dropped the snap, picks it up, and just gets the ball away, and it is a beauty. All the way inside the 20, off the hands of the return man inside the 10. Taken across the 15 and popped and brought down at the 18-yard line. And that's going to be a 59-yard kick.
Well, let me tell you something. It almost was disaster. He averted that and then gets a boomer for the first time and pins Luers inside the 20, totally flipping the field position.
And there's no wind. I mean, that was all spiral, almost flipping the field as Bishop Luers comes out now, 1st and 10 from inside their own 20. And they start sophomore quarterback Tommy Reichert. He's 6'2", 195 pounds, lines up just inside the right hash, and will give to the running back. Quick burst off right tackle. They've got to the edge, and they take it across the 20 out to the 25-yard line for about a 7-yard gain.
Tackle by Holbert.
Just a...
Trying to get the number on the back, if it's Epperson or if it is Gaither that is lined up in the backfield.
I think it's 16, if that sounds like a number that you would be calling.
Well, 19 is Epperson. He's a 5'8", 175-pound sophomore running back, and a good run just taking it off right tackle.
Yeah, just a simple outside zone play.
2nd down and 3 from the 25-yard line. Shotgun. And they'll fake the handoff, run a little swing pass out of the backfield. It is caught 30, 35, and dragging a tackler out to the 40-yard line. That's Nate Javins, who makes the catch for Bishop Luers. And That's a gain of about 14 yards as they sit it at the 39-yard line. That moves to the chains. 1st and 10 Knights.
All right, you can see already the benefit of having a running game that you complement with a bubble screen into the boundary. Really good blocking by the wideouts out there to help the lot, and a big play for first down.
Ball on the left hash, 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line for the Knights. Right to left. They set a man in motion across formation left to right. They'll give it to the back. Epperson bounces it to the left sideline. He's got a nice block by the wide receiver. He's across the 45 and finally taken down after a 10-yard pickup at the 49-yard line. I think he's going to be about a half yard short of the first. It all depends where they sit this ball once they get it down in the middle of the field. But that they'll put it at the 48 to make it 2nd down and 1. But a nice 9-yard run, and so far that big offensive line is doing the job up front for Bishop Luers.
Absolutely, and they're getting the ball to the perimeter very easily, and that's going to be a big thing that Leo's going to have to make an adjustment to.
It's the one where you could go for the big play. It's 2nd down and a yard from their own 48. And they will give it instead to the running back. Epperson is hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked backwards. Will they give him enough forward progress? No, they're going to mark him short.
Nice.
I believe. It's right in front of us, and I think it's about 4 inches short.
Yeah, we don't have the luxury of that electronic
first
down.
Give it. They give it the first down. Wow.
Well, that's a huge pickup there. Another first down, and a nice play by Souter there. Really did a good job of standing him up at the line of scrimmage and making the play almost in the backfield.
Brett Souter for Leo. Junior linebacker at 6'1", 215 pounds, made the play, but it is a first down, the second one of the game for Bishop Luers. So the Knights have it 1st and 10 at their own 49. We're scoreless first quarter with 7 minutes remaining, and the clock runs. Shotgun snap and a give to Epperson. Hit in the backfield. He is taken down. A loss on the play, and busting in that time for Bishop Luers, it was Paul Woods, a 5'8", 190-pound junior linebacker who made the play in the backfield.
Yeah, they went with a out-off-the-edge blitz, and brought all the defensive linemen to the inner gap. And again, a big loss, and now sets up 2nd and 12.
Back at the 47. Ball just inside the left hash near the Lion logo at midfield. Shotgun snap for Reichert. He drops, looks to the left, drops it off, and incomplete over the head of his intended target. Tried to get that to trying to see. It looks like that was 16. That's
Stoller, right?
Peter Bro.
Yeah.
The junior tight end. And so now it is 3rd down and 12 for Bishop Luers. Scoreless game. Knights' first possession. They started inside the 20. They've got it to almost midfield at their own 47, but a tough down and distance here for the sophomore quarterback, Tommy Reichert.
Got off schedule with that first down play, and it's not been good since.
Good size for the sophomore, 6'2", 195. He's 5 yards deep in the gun. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Drop back, looking, throwing. Goes to the tight end. Caught by McBride, but immediately wrapped up near the 50. Only a gain of a couple, and that basically sets up 4th down and almost 10 to go. It'll be 4th and 9 right at midfield, and Luers will send the punt unit onto the field.
Very smart play by the youngster there. Not finding anything down the field to take a good shot with. Dump it off. Set yourself up with some field position here and get the punt and maybe get Leo pinned inside the 10.
Jackson Hill punted last year, averaged about 32 yards a kick, a left-footed boot. It's in the air, it is hanging, and it's going to bounce at the 15. Takes a little bit of a Luers roll inside the 10, inside the 5, and all the way down to about the 2-yard line where it is downed. And that, in fact, they might even put that inside the 2. It's about a 48-yard boot by Jackson Hill, and Leo pinned deep.
Well, I tell you, after Leo had flipped the field, Bishop Luers does a great job, even though they didn't get a continuation on the drive, but by getting it to midfield, able them to get this field position.
So this will put Stoller in his own end zone to get this shotgun snap. A lot of pressure on the center, Damian Coulter. Got to make sure you put it in the hands of your quarterback. He does, and they'll give it to Foster. He'll bounce it to the right, and he's wrapped up, no gain. The edge was closed off by Ale Taylor, a senior linebacker at 6'3", 215, and Leo continues to be pinned inside their 2-yard line where it is second down and long.
Well, we're seeing a Bishop Luers defense that is continuing their tradition from a season ago with their defense being very stout and stuff in that run by Foster, only giving up a yard.
Spread the formation out 4 wide. No tight end. Single back is Foster. Shotgun with Stoller about 2 yards deep in his end zone. The ball just outside the 2-yard line. Second down, about 9 to go. Drop back Stoller from the end zone. A pump fake, rolls to the right, being chased. Now he'll throw, and he tried to drop it in.
Almost picked it up.
And Holbert almost made a diving catch out at the 30-yard line, and a nice pass by Stoller, just dropping it over the defender at his back to the play. And Holbert almost made an adjustment and made a really nice catch, but it is third down and 9 for Leo.
Well, he bailed on the pocket a little bit too soon, and when he broke contain there, the wide receiver did a great job of going deep and was able to get the ball almost in a catchable position.
Running back position had 39 carries for
third down, 9 to go. Ball just outside the 2. Stoller stays in the gun. 2 receivers split each side. Foster in the backfield, roll to the right, quick out route, and that is caught by Kinchy at about the 12. He's very close to a first down. He went to the ground to make the catch, and so no advancement after he caught it, and he's going to be short. They're going to say he's a yard short of the first down at the 11. So Leo, without hesitation, they're going to send the punting unit onto the field.
Fourth down.
Yeah, field position has really hurt them here on the last couple drives.
Still scoreless, 4 minutes, clock running, first quarter. There's the snap. It's a good one, and the kick is away. Low line drive by Holbert. Bounces out near the 40, the 45. Far sideline, goes out of bounds at the 46.
At the 45.
So they will mark it out of bounds, and they'll say it's out at the 45-yard line. So that is only a 34-yard kick after booming one about 60 yards his first punt. Luers takes over. Great field position at the Leo 45. So far, Luers defense. And I told you I'd have trouble with Luers and Leo. Luers defense has been the story so far. They've been dominant against this Leo offense.
Well, they did a great job there and got the field position that they needed. And here we'll see what happens here for the Knights.
Knights line up first and 10 from Leo's 45 on the right hash. Shotgun snap, handoff to the running back. And this is Gaither. Gaither gets free. He's down inside the 30 on the far sideline and rolling his way near the 26, close to the 25. Nice gain of almost 20 yards by Brandon Gaither.
Yeah, they're just capturing that edge, and it's really hurting the Leo Lions because they're losing contain. So they got to figure a way to get their safety up into the pitcher sooner or get themselves in a position where their defensive ends are playing more upfield.
One thing that's been impressive to me, Shannon, is the blocking of the outside receivers because they're getting their block set, not holding, and doing a nice job on those outside plays. First and 10. They'll put it at the 26.5. There's a shotgun snap and another give to Gaither. He'll redirect to the left, gets a hole at the line of scrimmage, and dives his way to about the 22-yard line. 4, almost 5 on the play for Brandon Gaither, a 5'7", 170-pound sophomore. This whole backfield for Bishop Luers, a sophomore quarterback and 2 sophomore running backs.
Add the wideouts in there, and you got another group of sophomores, and we're seeing what Kyle Lindsay does so good. He gets many different formations. That time, the last play was an unbalanced set. So he's just setting things up, and he does a great job play calling every year with what he's got to work with and does a great job of formulating it around him.
Clock continues to run. We're under 2.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Second down and 6. There's the handoff again. Up the middle. And bouncing through the hole, Gaither takes it to around the 22, picks up another 4 or 5 yards. It's a manageable third down coming up for the Bishop Luers Knights. And right now, the Knights deciding they've got the offensive line advantage. And across the front, they've got Mayante Williams, who's on the left tackle, 5'11", 325. Josh Morgan is 6 feet, 250. He's the little guy. Zach Wall in the middle, the center at 6'4", 320. Quentin Price, the right guard, 6'2", 275. And at right tackle, you've got Jonas Maya at 6'8", 280. Drop back in the pocket, looking to throw. Riker to the end zone, over the top, and he missed his man at the back of the end zone on a deep post route. Incomplete.
It was a great little throw there. Setting up fourth down. Looks like they're going to go ahead and kick the field goal.
Well, it's going to be close to a 40-yarder. Fourth down, 4 to go. The ball is at the 21-yard line. And they're going to put this down at the 28, just near the right hash. So Brady Krause is going to try to kick a 38-yard field goal to put points on the board for Bishop Luers. Here's the snap, the set, the kick, and it's blocked. It's blocked, and it's jumped on by Leo at the 35-yard line. Came right up the middle and made the play.
I couldn't see the number there.
Looks like Swaney Foster, I believe, came up the middle.
Yeah, he could have. Well, they could have tried to pick up and run that.
Yeah, they had two Lions that got in the backfield after blocking it. They could have picked it up and escorted the other, but they jump on it instead. But a big block by Leo, and they've got the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Late first quarter, scoreless here at Leo. Shotgun snap. And Stoller will keep it. He looks for a hole, puts the pads down, and just drives the legs across the 40 out to the 41. That's 6 yards for Titus Stoller, the senior quarterback, 5'9", 185. Not a big guy, but he ran like a big back up the middle.
Yeah, well, they do a good job of mixing it up. Let's see if they give it to Foster here.
Foster gets a break, I believe. Trying to see if that's a new back in the backfield. It is. It's Paul Woods who's come into the backfield to join Stoller for the Leo Lions on this 2nd down and 4 from just outside their own 40. Long count. And the snap. Option play to the left, and Stoller cuts it up and keeps it. Takes it out to the 45, a 4-yard gain, and he's very close to the 1st down. He'll be a yard short. They say his knee went down at the 44, so it's a 3rd down and 1 as Leo looks for their first down of the game, and we're in the last 30 seconds of our opening quarter.
He did a really good job there on the speed option into the boundary. Made the end commit before making any decision, and once he saw the end go upfield, he tucked it and turned and got north and south and put them in a position here to get a 1st down on 3rd and 1.
They're going to let this run down, and I think we're going to have the end of the quarter. A very quick first quarter, and the clock hits zeros, and after 1 quarter of play here in the opener at Leo, we're scoreless between the Bishop Luers Knights and the Leo Lions. You're listening to the Midwest Fox Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Don't forget, coming up after the game, we've got our post-game show and the H&K Chevrolet of New Haven high school football scoreboard. Adam Lundy will be running things tonight, and one of the scores we're keeping an eye on as it progresses is over at Spooler Stadium, Snyder Warsaw, and right now Snyder's jumped out 10-0. A couple of early fumbles by the Warsaw Tigers has Snyder with the advantage.
You're not going to see many passes thrown over at Spooler tonight, I can guarantee you.
Zip as we start our 2nd quarter, and it's a 3rd and 1 for Leo at their own 44-yard line. And they're going to give it, of course, to Foster up the middle. He's got the 1st down, stays on his feet, tries to bounce it wide, and gets taken down after a gain of about 3 to 4 yards. Forward progress close to the 48. And it's a first down, the first one of the game, and it comes 8 seconds into our second quarter for Leo.
Now they're going to go with a tempo here.
Shotgun snap just inside the left hash. Single back as Foster. Two receivers split each side. Kind of surprising to see Leo without a tight end, but their tight end is now at Miami playing for the Hurricanes. There's the snap. It's a good one, and they'll give it to Foster on the read option, and he gets swallowed up in the backfield. No chance for Foster. As soon as he got the ball, he was swarmed by Jaron Taylor, a senior, 6'2", 265, and we saw Taylor do that same thing a year ago.
Yeah, absolutely. He got some offer on the table as well to play at the next level. Very quick. Very quick. The tackle didn't have any chance.
That is a loss of 3 back to the 45. Second down and 13 for Leo.
45-yard line.
Ball on the left hash. Two receivers left, two receivers right. Stoller looks to the sideline, checks his wristband where he's got the plays. Now calls it out. And there's the snap. And it will be a give to Foster. He will spin away from one, but then get taken down by the linebacker after a short gain out to the 47-yard line. And it's going to be third down and long again for the Leo Lions.
Man, you got to love this Bishop Luers defense. They're fast, they're quick, they get up, get good form tackles. And you just see right now there's not too much of a weakness there with their front seven. And Leo's been having a hard time with all down 3 linemen.
Keep an eye on Kellen Holbert. Lines up in the slot to the right. They've got Kinchy lined up wide right. Two receivers left, and one goes in motion. Now reverses and goes back to the left. Shotgun snap, and it's a keeper for Stoller. Tries to pick a hole up the middle, and he crosses the 50 by about a foot. That's a gain of maybe 3 yards. It is going to be fourth down and about 7.5 to go, and immediately the punt unit comes on for Leo. They're going to try to pin Bishop Luers deep in this scoreless game just a couple of minutes into our second quarter.
Well, they did it again. This defense bowed up and got a stop.
Again, Holbert lines up. He'll get this snap at about his own 36. It takes one hop. He handles it cleanly. The kick away. High kick, hanging, taking a bounce at the 10, inside the 5, and now Leo is going to down it, and they're going to pin Bishop Luers inside the 1-yard line.
Beautiful.
That ball hit on the 10, and instead of taking the skip toward the end zone, it took a high hop, and that let everybody from Leo surround it. And as it rolled down to about the 1-yard line, they down it, and Bishop Luers is pinned deep here to start this drive. With 9:18 on the clock, it is scoreless between Luers and Leo.
Well, again, special teams plays a big part of these week 1 games, and right there, you've seen both teams flip the field inside the 1 on 2 different drives of the game. So we'll see if Leo can come up big here and keep it. And let's see if Coach Lindsay goes ahead and maybe takes a big shot.
That's a big 49-yard punt by Kellen Holbert. Here comes Bishop Luers. Tommy Reichert lines up in his end zone. He's got a single back over his right shoulder. And he's going to throw. Looks right, drops it off to the back, and he overled him. Tried to get it to Epperson, who was running a little out route from the backfield, and he just dropped it too close to the sideline, and Epperson couldn't sprint to it. So it's an incomplete pass, second down and 10. Ball goes right back to the 1-yard line.
Well, he had the streaks, 3 verticals on the outside, so he could have taken a shot there, but that's a throw. You've got to make that throw. You've got to put it on the back, because if he puts it on the back there, it's turning up the sideline, and there's not many people there to get him.
It's one of those that as a quarterback, a young quarterback, you're taught if you're going to make a mistake, make it to the sideline side, and he did. Here's the handoff up the middle, Epperson. There's a penalty, and I'm not sure who it's going to be on. It looked like Everson might have had somebody grab the face mask, but he stays on his feet, sprints all the way across the 20, wrangled down near the 25-yard line. That's a 24-yard gain for Epperson, but the flag right at the line of scrimmage where he broke through the hole. But the way he hesitated, I thought maybe somebody snagged the face mask.
Well, I think you're right.
It's a personal foul face mask.
So add 15, so a huge play after having it down there on the 1.
Yeah, you're leaving the shadow of your goal line, and now you're all the way out to what'll be close to the 40.
Yeah, and that was just like a little bit of like an inside type of zone play where he broke through, and they got to, like you said, he kind of got his head turned around.
Yeah, when he hit the hole, all of a sudden he kind of stopped, and I thought something got him, and that was that hand that reached in and snagged the face mask. So it's 1st and 10. Bishop Luers now at their own 40-yard line. 8:57, clock is running, quarter number 2. A very quickly moving first half. Shotgun snap for Reichert. And he'll hand off. It's Epperson. He immediately takes it to the left sideline and gets stretched out and tackled for a loss. Nice defensive play by Sam Snoffer, who's the defensive end on that side, and he just stretched him out and he ran out of real estate before he could turn the corner. It is a loss of a yard on the play, 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, nice play there. They got the play and kept it bouncing to the outside, and Bishop Luers actually lost yardage when he did that, and they were able to secure him for a big loss.
2nd and 11. Clock stops at 8:43 left. Scoreless second quarter. Shotgun snap. Drop back Reichert. Has time. Throws. Again, that little out route to the back. This time it's caught at the 45. Turns the corner. McBride, the tight end, with the catch. He gets taken out at the 48-yard line. That's a gain of about 7 or 8 yards. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for Bishop Luers.
Man, I like this young quarterback. Sophomore, gets in his first game. He's 6'2", 195. Does a great job of putting it on the numbers there. That was the big difference, as we said earlier. Got the tight end on the flat up the field, and you got now 3rd and short.
Perfect situation for a young quarterback to have 325, 250, 320, 275, and 280 lined up in front of you.
Okay.
Those are some big boys protecting you. Here's the snap and a give to the running back. Epperson hit at the line of scrimmage, driven backward. They tried a little misdirection, and nobody blocked on the right side of the line. Getting in and making the play, Gus Stuckey from the defensive front. He had some help, but that's going to leave the ball about 3 yards short of the first down. So it's 4th and 3, and Bishop Luers will continue to play the field position game as well. They're going to punt it, and Jackson Hill comes out to kick it away.
Stuckey, freshman for this Leo Lion defense, and you're correct. This is a good job by Luers.
Good snap. Boy, a patient kick. Took a lot of time. Fair catch signaled and taken at about the 14-yard line. So that is about a 37-yard boot, no return. So a nice net on that punt. And Leo starts from their own 14-yard line with 7:51 remaining here in the first half. Scoreless.
Yeah, we said, both these defenses have done a good job, and offenses have done a good job of getting the ball out, but they've got to find ways to get some rhythm, both offensively, but it's hard to drive the full field when you're backed up 99 yards.
Shotgun for Stoller, and they'll put trips to the left. Ball centered between the hash marks from the 14-yard line. Drop back, and they set up the screen. It's swung out to Foster. He's up the left side, and he gets out to about the 20, maybe the 23-yard line. Knocked out of bounds. And it's a gain of, let's see, where are they going to put the ball?
Looks like
20, the 22-yard line. They put the ball. So it's a gain of 8. From our angle with the near sideline, it's hard to tell.
Yeah. That was a pretty good play by Neves, I think, there on the screen.
Shotgun snap on a 2nd down and 2. There's some movement up front, and I don't know if we've got a flag. I thought somebody might have jumped early for Bishop Luers, but they end up throwing it away.
Well,
they thought they were getting a flag at least, and I don't know if there is one.
They didn't get it. The quarterback just kind of threw it down, but it never got across the line of scrimmage of play, so it really should have been an intentional grounding because the nearest receiver was out by the numbers. So they got away with one there to set up and keep it at 3rd and 2.
Well, that was a lot of movement pre-snap by Bishop Luers up front, not to break the plane. of the line of scrimmage. So here we've got third down, 2 from the 22-yard line. Ball on the left hash, 2 receivers split each side. Foster in the backfield. Foster gets the handoff, runs it behind his left tackle, and drags a Bishop Luers Knight defender out to the 25, which is 3 yards on a 3rd and 2. So that will be a first down for the Leo Lions. Nothing fancy there. They run behind Darian Tresh, a 6'2", 255-pound left tackle.
Well, Taylor made a nice play, the defensive end, but enough to get the first down for the Leo Lions.
1st and 10 from their 25. We're still scoreless with 6:50 remaining in the second quarter. And another give to Foster. A nice side cut in the hole. Foster free at the 40. Breaks a tackle at the 50. 45, 40, 30. Sideline being chased and finally knocked out of bounds inside the Leo 25 all the way down to the 20-yard line.
There's the big play that they needed, and they got it from Foster.
55 yards on the run by Nathan Foster. Nice little slide step in the hole. And then he bursts away from a couple of arm tackles. Great job by Foster. And that's the thing about this game, Shannon. We talked about it pregame. The best player on the field is Nathan Foster, and he just showed it.
Yeah, and he's got to make those plays. And like you said, made a great cut at the line of scrimmage on the inside zone. And Luers got out of sorts with their lane assignments, and he broke it free and made a great breaking tackle as well.
1st and 10 at the 20. Sitting on the edge of the red zone, it is Stoller in the gun. He's got Paul Woods now that joins him in the backfield. And they will give it to Woods up the middle. Woods breaks through, and then he gets almost horse collared down at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 4.5 to 5, and I'm not sure if that's going to be called a horse collar or a face mask.
I believe it's a face mask, and it may be a personal foul face mask as well.
Well, they bent him over backwards.
Well, he just went 5. Interesting.
Well, it wouldn't have made a huge difference because it's marched off from the 16-yard line, so if it was 15, it was half the distance. It would have been an 8-yard penalty.
Yeah, right.
Here it's a 5-yard penalty to the 11.
And it's just short of a first down as well, I believe.
Yeah, it's the 11-yard line, and it is 1st and a yard to go. High snap, the give, and it is Woods. Woods takes it inside the 10. It's going to be a 1st and goal for the Leo Lions at about the 8-yard line. Well, a big run by Foster. Field position's been important this first half, but his big run has given Leo their first real field position here in the first half, and now the Lions trying to capitalize. 1st and goal from the 8.
Yeah, this Bishop Luers defense, you can see them. They're feeling it right now.
Ball on the left hash. Shotgun for Stoller. Foster is back in as the running back on the right shoulder of the quarterback. 2 receivers, left 2 to the right. Foster will realign to the left shoulder of Stoller. Long count. Stoller gets the snap, and he fakes it to Foster. Now he runs, and he gets down to the 5-yard line. A 3-yard pickup by quarterback Titus Stoller. The 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line. The clock continues to run with 5:45 remaining here in the second quarter.
Well, Bishop Luers right now wants to keep them out of the end zone and make them try to kick it. And right now they're getting some great play at that defensive front, but you can see them. They're kind of lagging right now because of the big plays and the long drive.
Stoller lines up. 2nd down and goal from the 5. They add a tight end, and they'll give it to Foster. He's going to bounce it off the right tackle into the end zone from 5 yards out. Nathan Foster finishes the drive, and the Lions strike first.
Yeah, just a simple kind of an outside zone play that even ended up bouncing and caught Luers pinching in off the edge there and was able to get into the end zone. And now we'll see the point after.
5:14 remaining in the half, and Nathan Foster, the 5-yard run, had 11 rushing touchdowns a year ago, and here's the extra point. The kick is up, And Leo Zink, the sophomore, puts it through the uprights, and we've got a 7-0 score. The Leo Lions leading it over the Bishop Luers Knights. We'll take a timeout and come back on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. 5:14 remains in our second quarter, and Leo strikes first. They lead it 7-0. Long drive for the Leo Lions.
76-yarder.
The big play, a 55-yard run by Nathan Foster, and he finished it off with a 5-yard touchdown scamper. Now Leo to kick off, right to left, and the kick by Leo Zink is a short, high kick, but it bounces in some open real estate at the 25, grabbed about the 22, and a sprint right up the middle of the field, diving across the 30. The return was by Gaither, and they'll sit him down right at the 30-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for Bishop Luers, trailing 7-0. 5:10 remaining in the second quarter.
Well, we'll see what happens here with this Bishop Luers offense now. A little adversity. About 5 minutes left here. Plenty of time.
Tommy Reichert, the sophomore quarterback, 6'2", 195. Good size. Showed some real presence in the pocket. See if they start to build some confidence and start to let him loose. He is going to drop and look to throw. Fires it over the middle, and he's got McBride near midfield. What a strike for a 30-yard gain to the tight end, Charlie McBride. And that's what Kyle Lindsay expects to see out of this sophomore. And that's frightening to a lot of SAC coaches because he's just a sophomore.
Yeah, Kyle Lindsay does a great job with quarterbacks, and this young man, you can tell he's got the ability. Good throwing motion, big, strong, nice job on the 4 verts, and hit the tight end right over the linebackers.
Yeah, that was it. Over the linebackers and split the 2 safeties in the middle of the field. It's a 30-yard gain, or a 20-yard gain, rather, out at the 50-yard line. Roll to the left. They'll dump it off. It's caught far sideline at the 43 and sprinting for extra yards to the 37. And that play is made by Darian Carwell, a 5'10", 170-pound senior slot receiver. Just ran out into that open space out there in the flat after the wide receiver had cleared on a vertical route. And a nice throw and a good job of picking out the right man by Reichert.
Yeah, Kyle Lindsay again, this time coming back with a nice little naked bootleg into the boundary. Finds again, short pass, but big yardage.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 37. Luers looking to answer after Leo took the 7-0 lead. Here's the handoff to Epperson, bouncing it off around the left edge. Cuts up inside the 35. He's taken down at the 33. 4-yard gain for T.J. Epperson, a 5'8", 175-pound sophomore running back. And it will be 3rd down and or 2nd down. And about 6 to go.
Yeah, the young freshman defense or outside linebacker for Leo, Arnold, was there to make a play, but it looked like he tripped up or got tripped up, and that's why the running back was able to bounce it outside and get good yardage.
Ball is on the left hash, and now they're showing power formation with the eye. A fullback to lead the blocking. Epperson gets the handoff, takes it off left tackle, and gets stood up short of the sticks just inside the 30. That's a gain of about 4 on 2nd and 6. So it's going to be 3rd down, a long 2, just at the 30-yard line of Leo with 3:33 on the clock.
That time they got the counter play in that time, another good play that they do. And was able to get the counter back into the boundary. Got some good yardage there. 3rd and 3 favors the offense here. We'll see what happens. But you got to think he's going to take 2 here.
Yeah, likely 4-down territory. Down by 7. 7-0 Leo lead. Clock runs now with 3:05 remaining in the second quarter. 3rd down, long 2, and the give to the tailback. And this time it's Gaither. He breaks away from a tackle, stays on his feet down the left sideline, close to the 20-yard line. That's a 10-yard gain and a 1st down for the Bishop Luers Knights. And credit Gaither, he also stayed in bounds, so the clock will continue to run.
Well, Stuckey missed the tackle. He's another freshman that's 6'2", 310. Gustin Stuckey, freshman, big body. I like what I've seen out of that young man as well. So we got some young pups in this game tonight that are playing some good football.
From the left hash, again, they'll fill up the formation with a couple of tight ends. In fact, they've got 3 tight ends in the game. Single back is Gaither, and they will give it to Gaither. Blocking up front, Gaither with a hard run up the middle, gains about 5, close to the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they went with their power play, as you can see, a guaranteed of 5 yards, and they do a good job of moving those down blocks.
5 yards on the play.
So now it is 2nd down and 5 with the ball at the 15, and the clock will go under 2 minutes. Second quarter, Leo leading it 7-0, but Bishop Luers threatening in the red zone. 2nd and 5 at the Leo 15-yard line. Ball's on the left hash, double tight end with a wing to the right. Single back, and they will fake the handoff, roll to the right, dump it off. McBride at the 10, cuts back at the 5, had it poked out of his hands, but it goes out of bounds on the near sideline. Fumbled the football, but out of bounds near the 6. But that's going to be a first down.
Well, he had that ball flailing out there, and he's lucky it went out of bounds. But a good another play call there. A little boot action to getting the ball under the flat. Tight end had it. Just got to tuck the ball away, young man. He made a nice cut. Just almost just went to the opposite sideline if that would have been turned over.
Riker does not look like a sophomore. I mean, that ball was right on the money.
Oh, yeah, he's you can see that the young man has put in time and effort, and it's kind of a prototypical.
First and goal from the 6-yard line, ball on the right hash with a minute 40 remaining second quarter. Down by 7, Luers gives to the back. Epperson up the middle, and he's dragged down as he gets inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. Couple yard gain on the play by T.J. Epperson. It's 2nd down and goal from the 4. And we're under a minute and a half remaining. Now the question, do you want to call timeouts if you're Leo?
Yeah,
they're not.
I tell you, what they've done and what this young quarterback's doing, he's taking the time to take the time off so they don't have it. And like you said, it forces Leo to make that decision.
Yeah, the clock down to about a minute left in our first half. 7-0 Leo. Luers from the right hash, double tight end set, 2 backs in the backfield and under center. Riker gives to Epperson, follows the left side of the line, and he's taken down near the 3. A 1-yard gain, and now we're down to about 45 seconds, and the clock's running, and nobody's stopping it.
I think you would want to take a timeout here, but evidently they want to keep it rolling. And I stand corrected. Stuckey, Gustin Stuckey, number 77, is a junior D lineman, 6'2", 310. In the program, they had him as a freshman. Nice try, but...
So it is 3rd down and goal from the 3. Ball is centered between the hash marks, 17 seconds. The clock runs, and Riker gets under center, gives to the tailback. Epperson chasing the backfield, away from 1. The second man misses, but the third guy cleans him up at the 8, and now we're down to the last 5 seconds. And Bishop Luers is going to have to take a timeout with 3.7 seconds. What a play by the Leo defense to bust in the backfield. And even though Epperson made the first 2 guys miss, by that time the swarm was coming, and they took him down for a loss. And they'll sit him at the 7, which is where they determined his forward progress was. So it's a loss of about 4 on the play. But now, what do you do? 4th down and goal from the 7-yard line. 3.7 seconds remain in the half. Luers will get the second half kickoff after deferring on the coin toss. Do you take your 3 here and then hope to score with that possession in the second half?
Well, 2 things. Number 1, not very good time management there. They should have taken a timeout so that they would have been able to really have an opinion here on what to do. Second thing is their first kick got blocked. So I guess that's going to be in his mind as well. Personally, I think you got to take points here, knowing that you get the ball in the second half.
Tight angle, too, because with the spread hash marks in high school, this ball is on the left hash mark from inside the 10, which means he'd have a fairly sharp angle to kick it through. But the timeout on the field with 3 points, and they've reset the clock. They've now put 7 seconds on the clock.
Well, that was nice of them.
Well, all that means is we will definitely have a kickoff. And let's see. You know, it'd be interesting if they're trying to get him to jump off sides and then use another timeout before they just concede and kick the field goal. The offense is on the field. And now Leo's going to take a timeout. Jason Dorfler, I don't know if he was ready for this, but he saw Luers line up, and he decided he wants to use a timeout after seeing the formation. But I was thinking, you know, look, they're at the 7. If they can get it to the 3.5, does it change their decision on whether they want to go for it or not? Because to me, I don't think you go for it from the 7. You try to get Leo to jump and use another timeout perhaps, but...
And Leo, they called it timeout because Bishop Luers came out in a double tight end set. So they were not ready for that. Now, first of all...
That's another reason why I think they were just going up to try to get him to jump offside.
But if he does run a play here, the ball's got to get into the end zone. It can't be a short pass. It can't have any doubt to it. You got to get the ball to the end zone. And they may very well try to go out there and get them to jump off sides. And if they don't, you call timeout and you go out and get the 3 points. But we'll find out right here.
Well, a field goal from this position would be about a 24-yarder. So not a long field goal. But they line up again with the offense, and it's a shotgun for Reichert, showing a lot of confidence in the sophomore if they snap this ball. And they do snap it. He drops back. He looks. The fade to the right corner, and it is.
Oh, what a throw.
Caught in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown. What a shot. A fade to the corner, and he made it perfectly, dropping it in to the receiver. And that is Nate Jevons, a 6'2", 170-pound sophomore that he connected with on the final play of our first half. We've got the extra point still to come that could tie the score.
Yeah, what a great throw there by the young sophomore. You're talking about dropping it in a bucket. He sure did there, right on the goal, on the back pylon.
Yeah, on that back pylon.
And nice throw by them and a nice play by the receiver to get the point.
The officials, one on the sideline, one on the back end line, both looked at each other to make sure, and they ruled it good. Here's the extra point to tie the game. It's up, and it is good. We are tied at the half. A 70-yard drive to finish our first half, and Bishop Luers with the response after Leo took the 7-0 lead, and the Knights have answered. A 7-yard touchdown pass on the corner fade, dropped in perfectly by sophomore quarterback Tommy Reichert. Well, we will take a timeout. We'll come back here and give you a recap of the first half. And still coming up, we send it to the studio with Macy Gray for our HK Chevrolet of New Haven halftime high school scoreboard. It's time now for the Hoopie Insurance halftime report. 7-7 here at Leo. And this is high school football presented by Midwest Box Brakes on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
If you're looking for insurance, here's a name to know. Mark Oetting.
Hold on. It's pronounced Edding.
But it's spelled O-E-T-T-I-N-G.
Yes, and O-E-T-T-I-N-G. It's pronounced Edding. Take two.
Mark Edding of Edding Insurance Agency has not only served the community as an independent insurance agent, but he's also been coaching youth sports since his playing days over 40 years ago. For auto, home, business, trust the insurance coach, Mark Oetting.
That's Edding.
Sorry, online at OETTINGINS.com. Edding Insurance is a proud independent agent for the Ohio Mutual Insurance Group.
We return to the action on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Do you remember
the company gathering or holiday party? Now's the time to reserve.
That's all right.
The Roar of the Lions are proud to perform for you tonight at halftime. The Roar of the Lions consists of 86 students that have been...
Well, not hearing a commercial, maybe we are on, so we will go ahead. That's usually our extended break, but not tonight. So we'll just go ahead and talk about our first half here for a couple of minutes. Shannon, that first half led by defense through the majority of it, but both teams put together an impressive offensive drive. Did you see any adjustments that stood out with either squad? I mean, obviously for Leo, they handed it to the right guy. Nathan Foster with that 55-yard run kind of started the offense, but it seemed to me Foster for Leo and giving Reichert kind of a little more of a leash, letting him loose a little bit. And I think we're going to see a little more offense here in the second half.
Well, number one, that was a great answer by a Bishop Luers team who just gave up a touchdown, and they took that. Well, that drive went 11 plays, 70 yards, but the Reichert young man made some terrific throws that entire drive and was able to drop it in the bucket for the touchdown. And I'm very impressed with the young sophomore. I mean, he is a good-looking kid, and he throws a nice ball. And for only being his first game in high school football on the night where you're playing the Leo Lions, thus far he's played pretty darn good. And at the same time, Leo showed some signs of life, especially with Foster making those big plays that we anticipate him having to make. Mm-hmm. And so far, it's been a dandy of a ball game. Defensive struggle, and then the offense got going.
Well, speaking of offense, not a ton of scoring, but dramatic nonetheless. And here's what happened in the first half to get us to the 7-7 score between Bishop Luers and Leo.
Well, it all started right there in the first quarter for Leo at 5:14. Nathan Foster on a 5-yard touchdown run. The PAT was good. That drive was 8 plays, 76 yards, but it was aided by a big run by Foster of about 50-some that set up that score, and 7-zip, they had the lead. But Bishop Luers comes right back. This time, as time expires, Tommy Reichert, 7-yard TD pass to Nate Javins. 11 plays, 70 yards. The PAT was good, and we are tied at 7-7 at halftime.
And that Foster touchdown was in the second quarter.
I'm sorry, yeah.
And so we had both touchdowns scored in the last 5 minutes or so of this first half. The Leo Lions band is on the field to perform for the fans here. A perfect night for football. As temperatures dip through the 70s, it is just ideal as the sun sets off behind the end zone to our left. This is an east-west field, but there's been just enough cloud. Sun hasn't really been a factor in this first half at all for either side. So we will take a break, and when we come back with the Hoopy Insurance halftime report, we go to the studio, and it's going to be Macy Gray giving you a rundown of our halftime scores from the area. And we might not even have halftime scores for a lot of the area because this was a pretty quick-moving first half. Under an hour to get through the first 2 quarters of play here. But I do know one, and I'm not trying to burst anybody's bubble, but I do know the latest report. Warsaw, after falling behind 10-0 to Snyder, was able to get a long run to make it 10-6, missing the extra point. And then they scooped up a Snyder fumble and returned it all the way for a touchdown. And Warsaw has, at last check, a 12-10 lead. And we might get an update on that coming up here at halftime. Once again, here at Leo in the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week. It is all tied up at the break, 7-7. Bishop Luers with a touchdown on the last play of the first half on a 4th down and 7. Got it tied up, and now Luers will get the second half kickoff when we return here to Leo. So we'll take a break on the halftime report and send it to the studio next. You're listening to the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.
Do you remember the good old days as a kid when you were sitting at home eagerly tearing open a pack of sports trading cards? Oh, the anticipation builds as you uncover rare rookie cards, autographed gems, and limited edition memorabilia. Well, not much has changed. Card collecting and trading is just as exciting as ever. Experience the thrill of opening a treasure trove of sports trading cards at Midwest Box Breaks, your ultimate destination for all things card related. At Midwest Box Breaks is based right here in Fort Wayne. Midwest Box Breaks. Value the customer. Respect the hobby. Midwest Box Breaks.
Cruzy Automotive Service is proud to once again support high school football on 1380 The Fan. Cruzy has been a trusted source for your automotive service and maintenance and a supporter of youth sports in the Fort Wayne area. They offer quality service at a low price, and they value the people that trust them with their vehicles. Experience the difference and ask for the 1380 The Fan Oil Change Special to save $17 off the low everyday price. Cruzy Automotive Service on Lima Road, north of Wallen, behind the Shell gas station.
Are you ready to create a feast for all your senses? Treat your loved ones and find out why we hear so often that the Back 40 Junction in Decatur is their favorite smorgasbord. Every plate is a mouth-watering, delicious masterpiece made by you. Picture this: juicy prime rib, tender pot roast, crispy chicken wings, breaded fish, ham, turkey, brisket, all on one plate. Add buttery mashed potatoes, veggies, fresh yeast rolls, cheeses, soups, and a full salad bar. And your feast with a slice of Wix pie and our mouth-watering dessert bar. For more info, visit us online. That's the Back 40 Junction in Decatur.
Even though H&K Chevrolet is new to New Haven, they're hardly new to the business. Founding their first dealership in Continental Ohio in 1960. H&K is pleased to make the New Haven location the third in the H&K family of dealerships. H&K has a large selection, competitive prices, outstanding customer service, and a transparent buying experience for your new Chevrolet or quality pre-owned vehicle. H&K Chevrolet honors GM employee and supplier pricing on all new Chevrolets. See their inventory online at hkchevyofnewhaven.com.
Pizza lovers, when the craving hits, hit back with Pizza Hut's $5 Crafted Flats pizzas. 5 bold, hand-stretched personal pizzas. 3 cheese, pepperoni duo, the ultimate. And for a limited time, Nashville hot chicken and chicken bacon ranch. All just $5 each all day. Perfect for lunch, dinner, or game day. Order your $5 Crafted Flats on PizzaHut.com or the Pizza Hut app today. No one outpizzas the Hut.
It's time to make room for exciting fall fashions at Christopher James Menswear. That means everything from spring and summer must go now. You can save 70% on clearance items, including suits, sport coats, pants, denim, polos, sportswear, shoes, and more. Up to 70% savings. Spring and summer merchandise must move now to make room for new fall arrivals. 70% off.
And Bishop Luers will be receiving the second half kickoff. They deferred on the opening coin toss. And so Luers, who scored on the final play of our first half on a 4th and 7 from the 7-yard line, they threw a perfect fade into the corner, a 7-yard touchdown from Reichert to Nate Javins, and that made it 7-7. Now Leo, left to right, set to kick it off. And here's the boot. Again, it's a high, short kick, and it's going to be taken at about the 18-yard line, across the 25, and diving out to the 30-yard line. That is Rory Kelly with the return. And so you've got 1st and 10 for Bishop Luers. Tied 7-7, just underway here in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see if Kyle lets the youngster open it up a little bit after that first half performance. But they did a great job of getting into a rhythm, mixing run and pass, and were able to do some things that helped them out field position-wise when they had their backs against the wall. So pretty good field position to start here.
Ball will be on the left hash at the 31-yard line. And it is sophomore quarterback Tommy Reichert that leads the offense onto the field. TJ Upperson, the running back. 2 receivers, split each side in the drop back, and a throw over the middle, and that's going to be picked off. It was read the whole way. And I think that was Foster on center field who just made the interception. Nathan Foster playing a little defense, and he read the quarterback the whole way and took away that post route over the middle and steals it away at the 46. It is 1st and 10, Leo.
Well, what he did there, he went back to that one route, and he just predetermined that's where he was going to throw the football. And you said it, his eyes locked on him. And when you got an experienced backfield in the secondary there, they're going to step up and pick it off.
So the senior quarterback for Leo, Titus Stoller, starts with the ball in Luers territory at the Knights 46, 1st and 10. We're tied at 7. Just underway here in the second half. Ball is on the Lion logo, centered between the hash marks. Foster, the lone back. and it's a fake to Foster. It's a slant route to Holbert, and it's too far in front of him, about 10 yards downfield on the slant, and it's an incomplete pass that brings up 2nd down and 10.
Well, both coaches come out in the second half and start slinging it as they give their quarterbacks a chance to get out on a go there, but still got great field position here for Leo after that big interception by Foster. So Foster's paid big dividends. I bet he's going to have the ball in his hands here shortly.
Holbert, one of the returnees among the receiving corps, an experienced receiving corps with Tackwell and Holbert. Shotgun snap, give to Foster, follows the right side of the line and gets through the initial hold that stood up at the 41 after a 5-yard gain. Nice job coming up from the secondary to provide some run support by Darian Carwell. And it's 3rd down and 5 at the Knights' 41. Leo lines up quickly, trying to go tempo. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 2 backs split in the backfield. Shotgun snap. And now Stoller takes a break. Looks over to the sideline. Gets the play call. On the 3rd and 5, quick drop and a little comeback route near sideline. It is caught by Kinsey, but he swung out of bounds at about the 37. That's a yard shy of the yard to gain, and so it's going to be 4th down, a yard to go. And that's one with the receiver. He's got to be able to get in front of the sticks on that little hitch, that comeback on the sideline. And so now 4th down and 1 for Leo, trying to take advantage of the turnover.
Situational awareness is the word.
Extra back in the backfield, Woods will line up ahead of Foster, who's straight behind Stoller in the backfield. And there's the give. Foster up the middle. Big hole. He's inside the 35, the 30. Taking a safety for a ride down to the 20-yard line. That is a 17-yard gain right up the gut by Nathan Foster, and it's 1st and 10 at the red zone for the Leo Lions in a tie game, 7-7, 10-19 to play in the 3rd.
Just a good old ISO play, and Paul Woods made a huge block that sprung Foster, so give credit to credit due. Nice block by 24.
From the center of the field, again, 2 backs. They'll give it to Foster. Follows the right side of the line, runs behind the right tackle, Isaiah Kuhlman. Kuhlman, one of the experienced guys up front, one of the Leo captains, and that run takes it to the 17. It's a 3-yard gain. It's 2nd down and 7.
They've opened this drive, this series, Coach Dorfler, with 2 running backs in the backfield to get that lead blocker. This time they come out in 4 receiver set.
Spread the formation. No tight end. Single back is Foster. Shotgun snap for Stoller from just inside the right hash. 2nd down, 7 to go. Ball at the 17-yard line.
Well, he's got a nice, easy throw down here at the bottom because they're manning up here in the boundary. There it is.
And he looks. And they set up a little screen to Kinsey, and he makes the catch at the line of scrimmage and then picks up a block ahead of him, takes it inside the 15 down to about the 12, and that's going to be roughly 3 yards shy of the 1st down. They'll put it at the 13-yard line, just inside the 13, so it's 3rd and a short 3 for Leo.
Yeah, nice concept there. A little quick screen, but what you like for him to do there is burst it to the outside, not back inside.
From the right hash, 3rd down, short 3, inside the 13-yard line. Stoller calls out the play. He's got a single receiver wide to the left, 2 receivers, boundary side to the right, and it's a give to Woods. Woods puts the pads down and rumbles for a 1st down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
1st down for the big Leo Lions. Great play call there.
1st down, goal line.
8:28 remains, 3rd quarter. We are tied 7-7. Leo took the 7-0 lead. Just over 5 minutes left in our 1st half. Luers answered on the final play of the 1st half to tie it. That's where we're at, 7-7. And it is 1st and goal from the 8. Man in motion across the formation is Holbert. They'll give to the running back, Foster. Foster hit at the 5, stays on his feet, and takes it down to about the 2. Maybe even the 1. They'll put it down at the 1-yard line, a 4-yard gain for Foster. And Leo 1 yard away from taking the lead back.
Again, they came with that isolation play where the fullback blocks the linebacker, and Woods did another great job of blocking there.
Again, they'll get under center, the I formation with the fullback Woods in front of Foster, and they'll give it to Woods. Woods will take it into the end zone from a yard out. Just a nice push by the offensive line, hard running by Woods, and Leo reclaims the lead.
I tell you what I liked about that. Coach Dorfler rewarded the young man for the block.
It is a 14-7 Leo lead as we are back here at Leo. Bishop Luers with the football, facing a 3rd down and 9 from their own 35. Draw back in the pocket. Riker throws right sideline. Almost picked off again. They read the out route, and boy, that was very close to being the second interception for the Leo Lions in consecutive possessions. Andrew Holtman was there on the coverage. Had it right in his hands and couldn't hang on, and so it brings up a 4th down and 9. Luers is going to have to punt the football away.
I'm not so sure I wouldn't have taken the penalty and made him play it over for just the sake of yardage.
So it's a punt formation for Bishop Luers. There is the snap. It's a good one. It's a low end-over-end kick. Holbert will make the catch at the 25. Starts right now, heads back to the left. He's across the 30 and taken down by a host of Bishop Luers tacklers out at about the 31-yard line after a 6-yard return. And so it is 1st and 10 for Leo, with the Lions leading it 14-7 and 6:10 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Not sure when we got hit with the technical difficulties. But Leo scored on a 1-yard run by Paul Woods after Leo had intercepted the first drive of the second half. Had the ball starting at the 46-yard line, and they took it in. Nathan Foster a couple of nice runs, and then Woods with the finish from 1 yard out. They lead it 14-7. And now Leo starts the drive with Titus Stoller, the senior quarterback. And it's a give to Foster. This time follows the left side of the line, and there is no room there. He gets taken down. And once again, that is Jaron Taylor making the play up front for Bishop Luers. No gain at the 30. It's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, another good job by the defensive line for the Knights. Setting up a 2nd and long.
14-7 score. Leo the lead and the ball. 2nd down and 10. Left hash from their own 30-yard line. Shotgun snap to Stoller. Fakes the handoff. Rolls to the right. Here comes pressure. He's going to reverse and head back left. Picks up a block. Goes across the 30 and then finally taken down out near the 33 or 34-yard line. Made the best out of nothing that time for Titus Stoller, but it is going to bring up a 3rd and long.
That was almost, he ran 50 to gain 2.
Well, they actually gave him all the way out to the 35, so it's a good gain. 5 yards, 3rd down and 5. They need the 40 for the 1st down. Foster the lone back. 2 receivers, wide side to the right, 1 receiver to the left. And they will give it to Foster. Oh, and again, another sidestep through the hole, and he takes it across the 40 for a 1st down at the 41. 6-yard gain for Foster. Needed 5, got 6.
Yeah, just another great jump cut that he made there at the line of scrimmage by just stopping and just jumping back into the backside gap there on the inside zone. He's got good vision, runs hard, good vision to able to make those type of cuts, and he also gets north and south as fast as he can.
4 minutes, 25 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It is a 14-7 Leo lead. Lions 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line. Ball on left hash, 2 receivers wide side to the right. Left to right, the Lions go. And it's play action, throw over the middle, and that is into traffic and incomplete. And he's fortunate he threw it over everybody's head because there were 3 Knights and only 1 target among the group.
You know, I give these quarterbacks a little bit of compliment of a good first half, making some nice reads and throws, and they come out in the second half, and they're throwing it into coverage. But that's what you get, especially with inexperience at that position, even though the young man from Luers is only a sophomore.
Second down and 10 from their own 41-yard line, still on the left hash. Two backs now in the backfield. A wing to the right side of the formation. A receiver splits wide each side, and they will give it to Woods. Woods follows the left side of the line, and after a couple of yards, he is stacked up. Maybe a gain of 2.5, close to the 44. So they'll give him 3 yards. It'll be third down and 7. Woods, a 5'8", 190-pound junior running back. Big third and long here for the Bishop Luers defense. Tried to put it into this drive, get the ball back with Luers down by 7. Leo lines up 3 receivers, wide side to the right, single receiver to the left. The back is Foster in the backfield, and a drop back in the pocket. Stoller laying it out on the far sideline. It's man-to-man battle. A lot of hands that time between the receiver, who was Tackwell, and the defensive back in coverage. And that was Nieves, who had him man-to-man. The entire sideline stayed right with him and knocked it down incomplete. It's fourth down and 7, and Leo is going to give the ball back to Luers.
Well, I think Leo wanted a little bit of DPI there, but that was a good no call because both guys were battling for it, and they equally had a shot at the ball. So good no call by the officials there.
Yeah, both players were engaged with the other. A lot of hands on that in the one-on-one battle down the sideline. Holbert's kick is away. Again, a spiraling kick that's going to land inside the 20. Take a big Leo roll inside the 10. Down to just about the 5-yard line where it is downed. And Bishop Luers will take over, pinned in their own end at the 5-yard line, first and 10, with Leo leading it 14-7, 2:58 to play in the third quarter.
I tell you what, we've seen some really good punts tonight, being that it's the first week of high school football, and the special teams have shown up tonight in big fashion for both clubs, for that matter.
Colbert, a returning punter for the Leo Lions. In fact, both teams have their punter back from last year. Now with 2:58 on the clock, Bishop Luers sends their offense on the field. It is sophomore quarterback Tommy Reichert. From the left hash, 2 receivers, wide side to the right, empty on the left side, single back, and the back gets it. Epperson up the middle. Nice hole as he's across the 15 and diving out to about the 17-yard line. That's going to be a 10-yard gain and a first down right up the gut for the Bishop Luers Knights. They put it at the 17. First and 10, Bishop Luers.
Well, a big run gets them out of a big hole. Enables them now to get, maybe open up their playbook now, because after being stuck down there at the 5.
Still a single back in the backfield, left shoulder of Reichert. They'll line up with 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and a quick screen pass to the wide receiver. It's caught at the line of scrimmage and then takes it out to the 20, hit hard. That time the receiver was Rory Kelly, a 5'11", 170-pound sophomore. They put 2 receivers on that boundary side, and Kelly stepped back. The other set the block, but not a lot there. They do give him about 4 yards out to the 21, maybe even the 22. So it's second down and a short 6.
Yeah, it was a good job of the Leo defense reading and reacting as quick as they did to make the play.
Ball on the left hash, trip receivers to the right. Shotgun for Reichert, and he'll look to the right, set up a screen. It's caught, and a block on the far edge, and that will allow the receiver to get first down yardage over on that far sideline. Let's see if that's Carwell that made the catch. On that far sideline, Darian Carwell, 5'10", 170-pounder, I think was the one who caught it.
Well, they both on the outside did another great job of blocking. And one good decision there by the tight end. His man beat him, so he did not push him in the back, which is, something that we say with a chuckle, but most of the time we see that happen on that type of play. So a good decision there for blocking and a great job by I think it was Nevis on the outside.
At the 28-yard line, it is 1st and 10 from the right hash, I formation. Reichert gets under center, and he gives to the tailback. Up the middle of the field, dancing through the hole and staying on his feet for 10 yards and a first down. And that is Brandon Gaither, the 5'7", 170-pound sophomore, with a nice carry.
Yeah, they're doing a great job in their run game. They're getting north to south. They've got some quick backs that make great decisions. And they're starting to wear down this Leo front. And that's what they need to keep doing with that big old line. Keep banging on them.
Leo leads at 14-7. Luers with the ball. 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. From the right hash, single receiver right. Another single receiver on the wide side to the left, and a give to Gaither. Bounces through the hole. A lot of room up the middle. He's across the 45, finally hit near the 47 and falling forward to the 48 after picking up 9 yards on the carry. 2nd down and short. We're under a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Gaither, only a sophomore, but made another one of those jump cuts that Foster has been making tonight, and that was another good example of good vision and the right type of cut that needed to be made and getting north and south for that big pickup there.
A lot of skilled players are sophomores. When you go through Javens, who has the touchdown catch, Rory Kelly, who just caught the screen play, Epperson and Gaither in the backfield, and quarterback Tommy Reichert, all sophomores.
Yeah.
2nd down and 1. And on the snap, flags fly and whistles blow, and they're going to kill the play, and we might have had some movement at the line of scrimmage. We've not had hardly any penalties, and that's a real testament to both of these teams, because usually week 1 we see a boatload of penalties, and that's a false start called against Bishop Luers. And on 2nd and 1, that's a big 5-yard march off, because now you move it back to 2nd and 6, back at the 43.
And like I said, that was the first procedure penalty we've had all night, and that's usually what we see a lot of.
And that will end our 3rd quarter as the clock winds down. So we go to the 4th quarter, and it's Leo with the lead here at home, 14-7, heading to our final quarter of play over the Bishop Luers Knights. You're listening to the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Welcome back to Leo High School, Leo, Indiana. It's the opening week of high school football, and we want to thank all of our sponsors that are helping to bring you high school football here in 2025. Still ahead, we've got the Kester's Truck Sales post-game show coming to you from our brand new studios at the mic. Adam Lundy will be steering the ship tonight. I am Brett Rump along with Shannon Griffith, the coach, and we head to the 4th quarter with Leo leading at 14-7. And now Bishop Luers, after the penalty, they're going to face a 2nd down and 6 at their own 43-yard line. Luers will go left to right, which is west to east, as we look at the field here in the 4th quarter. Luers in white pants, white jerseys, black helmets. They got red numbers with black trim. Shotgun snap. Reichert collects a high snap and then fires far sideline, and it's out of the reach of the little out route. About 8 yards downfield, just tried to get past the sticks. He was looking for Nate Javens. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, nice throw there. He kept it low to the outside where you want the ball to be. Just the receiver could not come up with it on a dive. But now, 3rd and medium here. They really need to get a first down here.
Yeah, it's more like 3rd down and 6 from the 43. They need to get across the 49. 2 receivers each side. Single back in the backfield. And they will give it to the back. Gaither up the middle has the first down. He's across midfield and takes it all the way to Leo's 46-yard line. What a burst by Gaither. So quick up the middle, but Gaither slow to get up. He's grabbing his leg, and that's not a good sign.
It looks like it may be a cramp, which is not uncommon first week. But like you said, a nice call there, catching them on third down, thinking pass. And Gaither doing a great job of getting upfield for the first down.
The way they're treating it, it does look like a cramp. They're stretching out the calf, so that's good news. But as they tend to Brandon Gaither on the field, we will take a break. 11:45 remaining. It's Leo leading at 14-7 over the Bishop Luers Knights on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. With the coach, Shannon Griffith, I am Brett Rump. Macy Gray is our studio producer tonight for our Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week. And, they are assisting Gaither off the field. And he is really struggling to put weight on his legs without what appeared to be cramping.
Yeah, that was what it looked like. And hey, it happens. You're spending a lot of energy and sweat tonight on not a overly hot night.
No, it's not super hot, not super humid. Actually, we're kind of getting a break for this time of year because we've had many Friday nights in August that have been much warmer than this one.
Yeah, right now it says 76 degrees here in Leo. That's perfect.
Trip receivers to the right on the 1st and 10 at the Leo 46-yard line, and they'll set up the screen. It's a high catch made by Cartwell. He avoids one. Now fights through a tackle at the 43. He's inside the 40, taken down near the 37 or 38 on the near sideline. It's blocked from us by the Leo Lions. The 38-yard line. So that's a nice gain of 8 yards. And a lot of that was Darian Carwell, a senior slot, who made a catch on a high throw and then avoided the first man and broke away from the second.
Yeah, it was all his doing from the catch to the different cuts that he made. Great play by the young man.
Second down, 2 to go from the right hash, single back, and they'll give it to the running back Epperson. Epperson follows the left side of the line, puts the pads down, grinds to the 35 and maybe even the 34, and that will be enough to move the chains. Needed 2, got about 3, and so it's a first down for Bishop Luers. 10:43 and the clock running here in the final quarter, with Leo leading at 14-7 over the Bishop Luers Knights.
Already a 10-play drive this series. And you can see that Leo is, feeling the effects of it. But now we got a nice little break here in terms of play calling. It gives them a chance to catch their breath.
Play clock's down to 4, and they're just getting lined up. Down to 2, down to 1, and they didn't get the snap off.
They took
the timeout. Well, alertly, as the clock got under 1, Kyle Lindsay jumped off the far sideline and called the timeout. So we've got a break with 10-12 left in the football game. Bishop Luers moving the football, looking to get it tied up against the Leo Lions. It is Leo 14, Bishop Luers 7 on the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Bishop Luers down by 7 with 10-12 to play. It's a 14-7 Leo lead over the Knights. SAC versus NE8. And it's not the only battle of the SAC and NE8 tonight. Also one taking place out at Wayne. There is one at New Haven. We'll have the scores coming up after the game. Stay with us. First down and 10 from the 34. Drop back in the pocket. Riker looks, dumps it off on a little screen. What a big hit. Epperson made the catch, but he got busted. That is a big-time hit.
Bo Schwartz
came up and just planted the pads on Epperson. It's actually a loss of 1 back at the 35.
That was a textbook play by that young man.
Was coming up and making a play for Schwartz. And so 2nd down and 11 now at the Leo 35. Knights with the football. 9.5 minutes left. Ball's on the left hash. 2 receivers, wide side to the right, single receiver to the left. Man in motion, right to left. And they'll give it to the running back. And I think Gaither is back in the game. He spins away from one, but can't get out of the grasp of the second man, and he's going to go down. And that's no gain at all. And it is now a 3rd down and 11. And there's a player down. Yeah. And it might be Gaither again.
I think it may be.
He's grabbing the legs. He lasted one play back in the game, and he's cramping up. Well, after the game, we've got the post-game show presented by Kester's Truck Sales, powered by Pizza Hut. Originating from our brand new studios out at the Village of Coventry. The mic, as they call it. Well, they continue to tend to Brandon Gaither, the sophomore running back. But, you know, Luers does have 2 sophomores that they've interchanged tonight between TJ Upperson and Brandon Gaither at that running back position. But Gaither has really been impressive. I mean, he has been Barry Sanders-esque in some of his cuts and some of his bursts of speed. Because he's not a big back. No. He's only 5'7", 170 pounds, but has shown a real burst. But unfortunately, he has cramped up a couple of times now here late in the game. And they're still tending to it.
Yeah, I think they're just that he's cramped up so bad that they may have to.
Yeah, he can't even get to his feet.
Yeah.
And his teammates, they've lined up for the next play. They're like, let's just go.
Well, this is a huge play in this drive. It's 3rd and 12. This is going to be play number 12. Drive started at the 6-yard line, so at least they've gained back the field position aspect of it. But you got to think you're going to cut this in half so you can go for it on 4th down. Going for it on 4th and 12 is not a great idea.
Now 3rd down and 12. Epperson is into the backfield. Shotgun for Reichert. And he'll drop. Look, and there comes some pressure. He escapes. He rolls to the right. He's still on his feet. He'll dump it off near side. And it is broken up. Good job on the coverage on the outside by Isaac Smith, a sophomore defensive back who stayed at home, knocked the ball away. And now here, Shannon, you've got that 4th down and 12. And at the 37, you're going to have to go for it. Or the 36, you got to go for it.
Well, it's one of those things that, you know, this is play 13 of this drive. It's 4th and 12. And he's going to go for it, like you said. And
well, the only way you punt it is if you pooch kick it with your quarterback. 4th down and 12. Shotgun snap. Drop in the pocket. Reichert looking. Still looking. Rolls a little bit to get some time. Fires over the middle. And it's caught at the 16-yard line. What a catch. What a strike.
Oh, my.
But there is a flag, and all that time that he took led to an ineligible man getting downfield.
Boy, the composure that Reichert showed there does not resemble a sophomore.
And now you've got another Bishop Luers Knights player that is down.
I think that's the guy that caught the pass, wasn't it?
Well, I'll tell you this. He took a hit, but I think he, too, is cramping up. They're stretching out that left leg. And I think it was Javens that made the catch.
I think so, yeah. Right.
18, it looked like to me.
Well, it was either that or it was McBride, 88, which may be true, too. But it was a great play by Reichert. And 18.
Yeah. McBride's over there in the huddle, so it's Javens. And once he got to his feet, he almost sprinted to the far sideline. You know, he wants to send a message to the coach. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Well, now you got to punt it. you got to punt it now because it's 4th and 17, and their coach doesn't have that play.
After the penalty, it's now back at the 41-yard line, and so it is punt formation for Bishop Luers. Both sides had to have some late subs. I don't think anybody was ready for the punt. Here it is, and it's going to be kicked away. A high hanging kick. It's going to bounce at about the 10 and be downed at around the 8-yard line. So Bishop Luers ended up having their drive stall, but they pinned Leo deep with 8:33 left in the football game. Leo a 14-7 lead over the Knights.
Yeah, the only bad thing about that drive was that, they took a lot of time off the clock for the most part here in the fourth. But the best thing they did is get the field position back. So now defense has got to come up big for Bishop Luers.
How about Reichert on that 4th down play? I know it was brought back, but dropping back and then drifting into some open space to buy a little extra time and then throwing a dart over the middle of the field.
Yeah, he's going to be a special young man.
So 1st and 10, Stoller lines up at his 5 to take the snap. Will give to Foster. Follows the right side of the line. Tries to get a little breathing space and gets it across the 10 out to about the 12.
Well, you're going to see a lot of that on this drive. And the quarterback, I'm sure Jason's telling him, take every bit of the clock that you can to run it off because of giving not too much time for the Knights to have on the next possession.
We're down to 8 minutes remaining in the football game, and Leo with a 14-7 lead has the football. 2nd down and looks like 2nd and 8 from near the 11 or 12-yard line. And here's Foster bouncing it out around the left tackle, and he takes it out to the 15, might have got the 16. He's going to make this a pretty manageable 3rd down situation, and we've got another cramp from Bishop Luers.
It's every time the kid that makes the play for Luers has a cramp after he makes a nice play there. The corner down here on the boundary, that was a great play. Got off the block and made a nice tackle on Foster.
Now, this is actually one of the players for Luers stretching out his teammate because they figured it out. They've seen the trainers taking care of a couple of cramps, and now the players themselves said, well, I can do what they're doing. You just hold the leg up and stretch that calf. And so the training staff back on the field trying to see who that is down there. I can't quite see the number.
Well, the corner down here at the bottom is, I think that's the young man. I just didn't get the number of him that made the play.
Trying to see if that is Woodson or Nieves. That's, I think, Nieves. It's number 8. It's Noah Nieves.
Okay, he made a great play, but he's got the cramp now.
Yeah, and so he's going to hobble across the field. I've talked to people in athletic training, and they say, the cramping, the problem is it's a buildup of fluids through the week. It's not just trying to, replace the fluids during the game. Sometimes that's too late. You've got to have the buildup of fluids during the week to prepare you. And it seems kind of crazy that Bishop Luers just continues to have cramping, and Leo is not. They have not had any players that have left the game with a cramp. So, Leo, this is a big 3rd down if you're Bishop Luers defense. You got down to 7:20 remaining. It is 3rd down and 2 from the 16-yard line. Luers coming on the blitz, and the give Foster. He's met at the line of scrimmage. He's not going to have a 1st down. Great job that time, but I'll tell you this, Bishop Luers sold out. They brought the house up the middle to go after Foster, and Foster had no room to run. He has almost no gain. They mark him at the 17, which is going to be 2.5 yards shy of the 1st down. So we'll call it 4th down and 3, and the punt team is on for Leo, and Luers is going to get the ball back with a 14-7 Leo lead. And now the punt. Holbert gets the kick away. A low spiraling kick, and allow it to bounce, taken on a hop, and Here's the return across the 35 and taken down at the 39, but that was a good kick, and a part of it is because they let it bounce. It landed just inside the 40 and then took a big rocket bounce to just inside the 30. But the return out to the 39-yard line, that's where Luers will start, down by 7. Their own 39-yard line, 1st and 10, 6:20 remaining in this one here at Leo. I think both teams have reasons for optimism moving forward. Of course, Nathan Foster, the real deal. And facing this monster defensive front, I think Leo has held their own at the line of scrimmage. Drop back, quick throw. They go to the wide receiver screen. It's caught, and then picking up a block, it's taken out to the 45-yard line. That is, again, Javens with the catch, and he gets a gain of 6, where it'll be 2nd down and 4.
Got to wonder if they're going to, at some point, take a shot on the outside with one of these wideouts.
Yeah, that's one of those where they keep showing that action, and if they just slip one of the blockers and let him take off, you wonder if Leo will overplay that screen and leave the fly route open. From the 45, it is 2nd down, 4 to go. They need the 49 for the first. The ball still on the left hash. 2 receivers to the right and a give to the running back. And Epperson is met at the hole, and that's a big-time hit by Souter. The junior linebacker just came in and stuck Epperson, and it's a loss of a yard. Well, they'll call it no gain at the 45, but man, did he come through that hole and hit him head on.
Yeah, it was a great play and forces this 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 4. This is a key play right here in this ball game.
Tommy Reichert, the sophomore quarterback for the Knights. Luers faces 3rd down and 4. Shotgun snap, play action, roll to the left. Reichert looks, he's being chased. He dumps it to the short man. It's caught, and he takes it for a 1st down in midfield, but there's a flag on the near side at the line of scrimmage.
Now, they actually marked him short, it looks like, but there's a hold that's going to negate it.
Yeah, they said that, it looked like he went down at the 50, but apparently his foot had stepped out at the 49. It would have been 4th down and maybe a foot to go. But the penalty is going to be against Bishop Luers, and that is a big one. A 10-yard march off, and now you replay 3rd down, but it's 3rd down and 14 to go.
Yeah, back-to-back downs where they've had the 3rd and long. Snyder's up 22-18 on Warsaw. That was reported about 15 minutes ago, so we'll have to see if that's changed, but a big comeback there by Snyder.
Big 3rd down from their own 35-yard line. Luers down by 7 with 4:40 left. Drop back Reichert. He's going to look to throw. Dumps it off on the near flat on an out route, and that is covered very well and complete. They tried to slip it to Javens. And man-to-man coverage right there is Landon Foster. We got Nathan Foster, the running back, Landon Foster in the defensive coverage, and he did a great job of knocking that one away. And it's 4th down and 14, and Luers with no choice but to punt the football.
Well, you saw the youthfulness of Reichert there, trying to take it a route where he needed to push the ball downfield. It was not a good decision to throw it there.
Here's the punt, almost blocked, very close. In fact, they might have got a hand partially on it. It's down at the 39, 40-yard line. So Leo with great field position. I'm not sure if they got a piece of that or not, Shannon, but the ball didn't go very far.
Yeah, it definitely affected the punt by the punter because he got more underneath the ball, and he has been driving it pretty well. So that was a great job there by Leo's special teams. And, the Leo defense, aided by a penalty, gets out of it and gets the ball back with 4:27 left.
Leo from the right hash, 1st and 10 at their own 40. Trip receivers line up to the left. And it is a give to Foster. And he tries to dance his way through the hole, but he is hit and taken down. And that's Jaron Taylor, the big guy up front. Couldn't juke him.
No.
You know, that's a big man that's got light feet.
Yeah, he is. I've been very impressed with it. Well, I've been impressed with all the defensive front that they have, but him especially because, like you said there, he moves in a stealthy manner and finds himself making plays.
They do give him a couple of yards to the 42. We're at 2nd down and 8. Shotgun snap. Stoller gives again to Foster. He'll bounce it out. Take it around the right edge, upfield across the 45, falling forward to about the 46. So give him 4 more yards. Now a manageable 3rd down situation. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 to go. They're at their own 46-yard line, but the clock keeps running. We're down to 3:20 left. They'll get it down close to 3 minutes before they snap this.
Well, this is a big play. Again, another 3rd down play. Big difference here. Luers gets the stop to force the punt. I think they'll take a timeout.
Strip receivers again out to the wide side to the left. Single back is Foster. 3rd down, 4 to go, and they'll let the play clock run down, and then Jason Dorfler will take a last-second timeout. They wanted to be sure to get that clock as far down as they could, and it's 2:55 left. It's Leo trying to hold on. 14-7, they lead it over the Bishop Luers Knights. This is the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Big 3rd down and 4 to go, and Leo spreads the formation, fakes the screen, and then a Stoller keeper right up the middle, and he dives to get the 50, and that's a 1st down for Leo, and a big one with 2:49 remaining in this game. At midfield, it's 1st down and 10 for Leo, leading at 14-7 over Bishop Luers.
Well, I think he was supposed to throw that out to Foster, but the defensive end for Luers got so far upfield so quick that the quarterback made a great decision. Then he found where the yard marker was and got that 1st down, which is the most important thing. So a great play.
We're down to 2:24 left as the clock continues to run. Fresh set of downs for Leo with a 14-7 lead. There's the snap with 2:15 left. They give it to Foster. He works to the left, breaks away from a tackle, then spins upfield inside the 45 to the 44. A 6-yard gain for Nathan Foster.
Down to 2 minutes now.
Talking to head coach Jason Dorfler before the game, and I said, I think you two teams match up pretty well, but you will have the best player on the field. And he smiled, and he said, yeah, and he's going to get it a lot. You know, Jason Dorfler wasn't born yesterday. He's had a few years of coaching, and he's had a lot of mentoring before that with a family of coaches here in the city.
And Dean was my coach back at Norfolk back in the 80s.
2nd and 4 from the 44. There's the snap. There is the give. This time it's Woods. He spins away from an arm tackle. It takes it down to the 41, picking up 3, where they'll set up a 3rd down and a yard.
Timeout here by Bishop Luers.
Minute 19 left, and that wasn't necessarily the worst thing. Well, I guess if they got it down, if they got the 1st down on that play, I'm thinking trying to extend and get an extra play out of this, because now they have 3rd and 1. They've got 2 plays to get the 1st.
Yeah.
And a timeout is called by Bishop Luers, but they're running out of time. A minute 19 remaining. Leo 14, Bishop Luers 7. You know, Shannon, I did pick Bishop Luers to win this game, and that didn't go unnoticed by the Leo Lions X account.
Barstool.
Yeah. So it is 3rd down and 1. Leo huddling near side, their coach Jason Dorfler, and on the far side it's Kyle Lindsay. And both of these guys took over at a young age. And now they're not as young as they used to be. Let's put it that way. I talked to Dean Dorfler, Jason's father, before the game. He said he was your coach. And I said, every time I see Jason, he looks more and more like you. And I said, I don't know if that's a good thing for Jason.
Yeah.
Handoff Foster, and he's met in the backfield and taken down for a loss. Immediately a timeout called by Bishop Luers, but that's a loss of about 3 yards. Back to the 44. Well, they'll say the 43. And so it's 4th down and 3, but what a job of getting into the backfield by that front of Bishop Luers to make a huge play with 1:12 left.
Well, now Leo's forced to really punt it here because of what they lost there. That was a 4-yard loss.
Reset the clock.
So
they officially called it a 2-yard loss, even though it looked closer to 4.
Well, they also reset the clock, so Luers is going to gain a little bit of time.
Yeah, 1:15 now.
Right. But yeah, you got to punt it here and trust your defense that's played pretty well all night.
And they are going to send the punt unit on
and force them to defend to go the long end of the field.
Well, I will say this, and I know you're fully expecting that this will be punted away, as am I. But Holbert's a heck of a guy as your punter because he's also a kick returner. But I don't think they try anything silly.
No, unless it goes over his head.
Flag on the play.
And we've got...
And if they got 12 players on the field, they're going to get a first down.
And that's going to be a problem.
Oh, wow. Automatic first down.
They've got 12 on the field. Bishop Luers is being flagged for 12 men on the field.
First down.
First down, and that could be the ball game with 1:15 left.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen after you go from a timeout either. Yeah, that's a total lack of focus and concentration there during that timeout to make sure you get the proper number of players out there. And after a big play by the defense, they surrender right back with that type of penalty.
So they march it off to the 38, and it's a first down and a victory formation for the Leo Lions. And Stoller goes down, and we're going to have a little over-aggressiveness up front by Bishop Luers. I think they'll call that perhaps an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Yeah, usually when you get to this point, it's kind of a common understanding.
There's some frustration, though. I mean, it's tough for a 16, 17-year-old. And so the officials are talking about it.
Now, they're taking too much time.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to throw the flag, be decisive about it, right?
Yeah, call the penalty. It's a personal foul is what it's ruled against Bishop Luers.
Well, we got Dale Dorfler down here on the sideline, too, the uncle of Jason.
Well, you've got, Buzz Dorfler was a coach
my freshman year.
And you had Dale and Dean. Now Jason carrying on with the Dorfler name, where he has Dean as one of his assistants.
Yeah. I think Dean's kind of taken a step back and gave up the defensive coordinator duties.
Yeah. I think he's just out to have some fun and stay around the game.
I watched him. He's pacing up and down that sideline the whole game.
Yeah, that coach in you never leaves. Here's another knee by Stoller with 48 seconds. They'll have to do it one more time. And then it's going to be over. The Leo Lions are going to defeat the Bishop Luers Knights here in the opener. Big non-conference win for Leo. There's the snap and the knee. And that will do it. 23 seconds. They don't have to snap it again. And that's going to be the end of the football game. Time for the team in all black to celebrate. The Leo Lions have defeated the Bishop Luers Knights 14-7 here at Leo. Well, we've got to talk about this one and break it down. We've got a lot still ahead here on your Friday night of high school football. The Kester's Truck Sales post-game show powered by Pizza Hut is going to be coming your way in just a few minutes. We'll give you scores of area games, but when we return, we'll be here at Leo to wrap this one up, and that comes up next. It's the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM. Leo High School, we have a final of 14-7. Leo beats the Bishop Luers Knights in our opener for the 2025 season. With the coach here, Shannon Griffith, I am Brett Rump. And we'll hear from the commissioner here in just a minute.
Absolutely.
Because basically just a note to Macy in the studio, the way it works is we'll wrap it up here, close up the game broadcast, and have the game closing, and then a couple of minutes of commercials to do some catching up. We'll hear from the commissioner. Then we'll have a couple of more minutes of commercials right after the commissioner. And then we'll just about be ready for the postgame. So we'll be able to get it to our Kester's Truck Sales postgame show coming up here in just a little bit. But Griff, I think both teams take something away tonight. I think both teams showed that they've got very solid defenses. And I think for Bishop Luers, it's a young team that's only going to get better. They've got so many sophomores they're counting on. But we saw glimpses of what Reichert can be as a quarterback. And, of course, for Leo, it's about Nathan Foster, and he made a couple of the big runs tonight.
Yeah, and their offensive line did a great job. And, you know, this is a typical game that these two teams play. You said it earlier, fairly even matchup when you look at it on paper, and it proves itself out here in week one. But the critical mistakes at the end that will just drive you nuts as a coach, the 12th man on the field on fourth down on the defense that gave Leo the first down after the Knights defense made a great play, knocking Foster back about 3 yards to set that up. And all of a sudden, you take a timeout and you come out of the huddle with 12 guys on the field. I guarantee you, Coach Lindsey's hair got a little bit grayer. I think mine did because of that type of play. And those are the type of plays that you are accustomed to seeing week one, and then in this case, it cost them a chance to get, a chance to tie it at least.
Well, the penalties certainly made a difference. We didn't see a lot of them, but they seem to be costly for Bishop Luers. But I almost feel like not only was Luers disappointed when they had the penalty on the fourth down, when they would have received the football on the punt, but I was a little disappointed, Griff, because I wanted to see the sophomore be able to handle the 2-minute drill and just see what he could do with that kind of pressure. Tommy Reichert, he handled it well.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner.
Well, we're going to hear from the commissioner, but not quite yet. But Tommy Reichert, the 6'2", 195-pound sophomore quarterback, he showed off at the end of the half with a fourth down and goal from the 7. And time running out, just 3 seconds left in the half. Rather than kick a field goal and be down at halftime, Kyle Lindsey decided to trust the sophomore, and he threw a beautiful fade into the corner pylon, the back pylon in the corner of the end zone, and made it a 7-7 game at the half. But only one touchdown in the second half. It was a game kind of ruled by defenses, and tonight Leo's was just a little bit better. And Bishop Luers couldn't counter by making their own mistakes and getting a couple of costly penalties.
But I was going to say, you think about it, that big interception after halftime that Foster made after the first play, a one play and out for Luers offense. Then Leo takes that play and answers on a 9-play scoring drive, and that's what gave him the ball game, a turnover and a points off of a turnover. So a big thing when you get these games where you get turnovers involved.
Let's find out. We don't have a lot of scoring to go over, so let's go ahead and let you do your thing.
It'll be quick. In the first quarter, no scoring.
Second quarter.
I know.
Oh, first. Okay.
Yeah, no scoring in the first. I had to make up for my mistake. And then we go to the second. At 5:14, Leo goes on a 8-play, 76-yard drive. Nathan Foster, a 5-yard touchdown run. The PAT is good, giving Leo a 7-0 lead. Then that's when Bishop Luers comes back on the next series of plays right at the halftime. Tommy Reichert, 7-yard pass to Nate Javins at 11 plays, 70-yard drive. The PAT was good, and we were all tied at 7. Then when in the start of the third quarter, after the interception, Leo goes on a 9-play, 46-yard drive after the Foster pick. This time, Paul Woods, then from 1 yard out, the PAT was good. It was 14-7, and that's how we finished up week 1 with the Leo Lions over the Bishop Luers Knights, 14-7.
That will do it for us here from Leo. Once again, we've got the commissioner. He is so anxious to get in here and tell us what's going on with the IHSAA, and we're going to give him a chance here coming up as we'll wrap up the broadcast, and then we'll have a couple of minutes of commercials. Then we'll hear from the commissioner, and then another couple of minutes of commercials to get things turned over to our post-game show. It's being presented by Kester's Truck Sales, powered by Pizza Hut tonight, and we're bringing it to you live from the mic, our brand new Federated Media offices and studios out in the village of Coventry. So we've still got plenty ahead here on a Friday night, but that does it here at Leo. Once again, our final score, the Leo Lions start the season 1-0 with a non-conference win over the Bishop Luers Knights, who start 0-1. Final score, 14-7. For the coach, Shannon Griffith, and our studio producer, Macy Gray, I am Brett Rump, and you've been listening to the Midwest Box Breaks High School Football Game of the Week on 1380 The Fan and 100.9 FM.